Hello everyone, foreign domestic. I just wanted to bring up a few points that was pretty interesting on some of these high-speed billion-dollar people that seem to not know American history as well as they would like you to believe. People complain about Obama's birth certificate, and whether it's actually correct or if he's really born here or Kenya or whatever. Seems like there's only one human being that remembers him, his grandmother over in Kenya, that says he's born in Kenya. But what I'm about to tell you is even deeper and longer than that. That back when the 14th Amendment and the 15th and 17th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America was formed in fraud. And these, if you're not familiar with the Constitution, has to follow the constitutional law, the number 5 on the Constitution, which states you have to have 2/3 of the House vote to make an amendment to the Constitution. 2/3 or 75%, the same thing. Now, they did not have that. That's on congressional record. Everybody with an education knows this. Lawyers, doctors, congressmen, previous presidents, everything else. But it continues, this fraud continues with the Constitution. Now, I'm not saying this. I know a lot of people's going to say that I'm a racist for bringing this up. But the facts are facts. History is history. That's what I'm talking about. This false amendment was not passed within constitutional grounds. Therefore, it's null. What that means is that the blacks' rights to vote or to be an American citizen is in jeopardy. That's what it means. That's how screwed up this is. And I'm sure if they would correct this, if somebody had the balls, one of our so-called leaders would have the balls, which they haven't had since 1869, to take another vote on this, they would probably pass overwhelmingly to allow it. But as it stands on the record, it's null. It did not pass with 2/3 of the vote. And yet, so who's an American citizen if the 14th, 15th, and 17th Amendment is null? First of all, the 14th Amendment didn't make any sense when it was written. I'll tell you why. Because the 14th Amendment said that blacks had the right, or was American citizens. They was brought in to be American citizens after the Civil War. It's all well and dandy. Sounds good, doesn't it? Except they wasn't given the rights to vote. They wasn't given the rights to own land. However, some of them did own land, regardless. And if the original Constitution says if you're an American citizen, you have all rights to vote, to own land, and to build and everything else. So they came out with the 15th Amendment to allow blacks to vote when they should have had the rights anyway if they was already American citizens, according to the original Constitution. So this whole thing gets even more fragmented and more wrong and more fraud. And all these brilliant Harvard guys and lawyers all over this country for 170 years haven't caught this or addressed this because of their fancy reputations. They're afraid they'll be attacked, or they're afraid, just put it up there, get it re-voted, get the thing right is all I'm after. Wrong is wrong, right is right. Okay? And if they really wanted to go after Obama, they could use this fact and throw him out of office. But I don't think you'd have to. I think the American people want him in there. The reason why is because Obama is in 1970s, if you're that old to remember, Richard Nixon was impeached for merely tapping a hotel called Watergate. There were some communists staying in there, you know, that was over there visiting. They was having talks and everything with China and some other people. And he tapped their hotel they was staying at, Watergate tapping, and he was impeached. They impeached the president for that. That's on public record. Now you have Obama and the ones, some before him, that's now tapping every American in the whole United States and using military drones and equipment to keep tabs on us. And the American people are lambs. They ain't like they used to be when I was growing up, because we wouldn't have that shit by no means. That'd be in strict violation of the Constitution. But yet, we're not going to impeach you. People just, hey, we don't care. They just lay down, get walked on, get pissed on. You know, Capitol Police killed an American citizen that was unarmed, driving a car. When they had the opportunity to shoot the steer tire, put one through the radiator, which is the protocol for escalation of force, which evidently they're piss poor trained on or don't care. Maybe they got a special license that no other combat soldier has, because if you do a raghead like that over in Iraq or Afghanistan, you could face court-martial and you could face Leavenworth. But I guess if you're in the United States, you can kill other American citizens and not follow protocol, and everything's just hunky-dory. Nobody cares. It's unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Ruby Ridge, Waco, and some of them same people that made those mistakes are still in executive positions today in the Democratic Party. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. That's why a lot of the older people are added up to here with pissing on the Constitution, with not doing their job, like the 14th Amendment. How did it get by 100 and some years without re-voting on it? Somebody just threw it in the dust pile and said, screw it. Is that their job? Is that what they get paid for? Or should it have been revisited and fixed? Just like 100 other things I can sit here and waste this tape on. That's just a few. I could sit here for 5 days naming stuff that they've violated. Violating your rights, violating the Constitution, and violating the Declaration of Independence. But who's going to listen to me? 5 presidents in a row said there was no such thing as Agent Orange in Vietnam. And American people, oh, yeah, okay. Until they found it in an old abandoned hangar, Air Force hangar in Colorado. And then they had the proof right there. Hit the media, boom. Hey, yeah, I guess there was. Then they started getting paid and started getting taken care of in the hospitals. But that's the way this country's been going on for a long time. So, anyway, do with it what you want, which is probably going to be nothing. But foreign and domestic, out here.